Shaquille and Kirsten. Now, I got to ask you, because, you've been a Kirsten hater this entire season, because apparently she reminds you of somebody from the past. Do you think she was playing games, or was she really? This is when you look at it the day before decision day. I looked at it and was like, is she really closer to a yes than him? And then I said, is Terrell going to believe this?
I don't, but it's because she reminds me of somebody that I just don't believe anything. Like, if she were to tell me it's sunny outside, I'd still look out.
That person was a liar.
I'd have to double check.
And I
just don't believe her. Yeah, I just don't believe her. But that's just my take. But again, I have my bias. So she could really be leaning towards yes. And I think when they were talking, when Shaq was packing, Shaq said he needs to be 100%. He needs to be 100% for him to say yes. Mm-hmm. If not, then he may say no. Then Kirsten said, "Well, if you say no, then I'm leaving."
Yes.
Because the decision day, if you say no, I'm leaving. He's like, "So what are you saying? Are you saying you're going to say yes?" "Oh no, I'm not sure either." I'm like,
no, okay, but I here's the thing about that. Even when she said, "If you say no, I'm leaving," that was her way of saying, "I'm going to say yes." And instead of just taking the hint, he's like, "So does that mean you're going to?" "Well, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to give you the upper hand." No. So I get it. Now, when Kirsten and according to Dina, the big joker showed up. Listen,
I've been trying to figure out, what does this dude look like?
Why did Shaq show up like a jester? And Doobie's like, what about that suit? Like, seriously, Terrell, please. Defend your alpha brother now.
I can't. I mean, he looked like a big, tall, black Jack-in-the-Box. Like, and just pops up in that jacket. That's what I was like, what? Why are you doing this? They probably going to this tailor. What color suit do you want? All of them. Them all. No, a bunch of suits of different colors? No. All those colors.
Yeah. How many suits do you want? One
with all the colors.
I was like, what the hell? Look, Tony says Shaq's suit was given ooh la. Hola.
It did have that little kid and play vibe to it, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh my God. Maybe he was heading to 90 Day Fiance. Shaq was heading to the Mardi Gras parade.
You mean Carnival?
Yeah, Carnival.
So I wanted to.
He wouldn't be able to pronounce that at all either, too. By the way, but go ahead.
So I wanted to fast forward through all the stuff.
Wait, they met with a kiss though.
They did, but before she got there, this is where Shaq bothered me again.
Uh-oh.
I gotta find it. Do the good outweigh the bad.
I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you for calling out your frat brother on his horrible English.
Well, do the good outweigh the bad.
Apparently not.
Yeah, apparently not. But so she walks up, they kiss. I was like, okay, that's a positive sign. Mm-hmm. And then, I'm just get annoyed listening to Dr. Pepper and Pastor Kyle ask all those questions. And then, of course, the communication.
What the highlights? He asked about the highlights. What did you think of the highlights? He said Shaq said the wedding day and sitting on the couch watching TV. What the highlights for him?
Yeah, well, her highlight is that time we went to church. I was like, that's the highlight?
The empty church?
8 weeks, that empty church that y'all sat in and didn't even go to service for? That was a highlight to you?
But she didn't say Shaq meeting her dad was a highlight.
She did. She did say, I just thought the first thing that you say is that time we went to church together. That's the highlight of these 8 weeks, followed by you meeting my dad that I hold a high regard to.
Mm-hmm. No.
So...
It's interesting in that that thing with the highlights that they both had, because neither of them really made it about the highlights being about them. Even though he did say sitting on the couch and she put her leg on him, but he was so proud to say they slept together. He didn't say that was a highlight. So maybe you're right. Maybe it just wasn't that good, and that's why he's been pouting the last couple of episodes.
Maybe he needs another ring. Not the ones. So then we're asking about, I guess either what some of the challenges or things they didn't like. Mm-hmm. And I just got so annoyed when Shaq said he needs Kirsten to be less dominant and he needs more support. I was like, what in the hell?
Sounds like something a beta man would do, not an alpha.
Yes. Yes. I would agree, but I couldn't be that person. But I just can't wrap my mind around what Shaq wants from this woman when it comes to his work. I want you to come to the work events. I get if there's like a social event, you bring your family, but he wants her to go with him to conferences to watch him give a presentation. Like, why do you need that from your wife? I just don't get it. And then the fact that she's too dominant, she doesn't come across that dominant to me. I've known some
compared
alpha
to him,
females.
yes.
Oh, I guess compared to him,
yes,
maybe so. But
now Deborah wants us to remember something, right? And something that Shaq said on the after party before. She said that's because she's been two different people. Shaq can't reconcile who she really is. She's different off camera. When the camera's out of your face, things are going to change a little bit. But here's the difference, I think, in that too. And she wasn't attracted to Shaq. And we've seen this from season 1 of this. This is season 16. So it's not like this is new to us. We've seen this, right? From season 1, there's always somebody. Jamie and the other and that dude, she did not like him. She cried when he walked down the aisle. And there weren't tears of joy. And she cried when they had to go take pictures. Not cry, she bawled. We got to go back and watch season 1 at some point. You just got to see this. But the thing is, when that changed and the attraction became for the woman in past episodes and past seasons, what would happen is the guy would at least fall in line at some point. Shaq decided to get extra petty. Extra petty. And I saw the shift in this. And I know you wouldn't see it because you have something against Kirsten, but I saw this and I'm like, she's actually starting to fall for him in some manner, right? She's seeing the good in him. Because you've been, no, not you, never mind. Most sane people have been around people that they weren't really attracted to at first. And then as they get to know them, they're like, you know what? They're not that bad.
No. I can't relate. I'm sure it happens. I haven't had that experience. I haven't had that experience in my life. But even if her attraction for him grew, he's still annoying. Mm-hmm. And that's probably inhibiting the attraction. So, Nikki B, why is Shaq acting like he's a superhero and his job is fun? I agree. It'd be one thing if, he's a sports figure, he's an entertainer, a fireman. Hey, babe, come watch me put this fire out. I'm badass. Mm-hmm. But he's giving a presentation. What's he got to do? Hey, babe, so what'd you think of my PowerPoint? Did you like it? Did you like how I transitioned the slides? What'd you think of that? Dope, isn't it?
That's pretty much what it is too. Here's the other thing though. Lucy B says, I'm 99% sure it wasn't good. Remember Kirsten's inches requirement. She does not give BDE.
But what does the inches requirement have to do with her being good? Out of curiosity, I'm just
I don't know either.
I don't want to assume that she has or does not have skills. I can't tell.
And see,
I wouldn't have the patience to find out.
You would. You definitely would. And, Stacey says you can grow into attraction. I have before. So, again, like I said, you haven't, Terrell, but most people have. We get to this, though, and they ask about the next level. And for Shaq, the next level is to do what? Fall in love. Fair answer?
Fair, because you don't really... I would think that it's hard to fall in love in 8 weeks with the cameras on you and all these things, these planned events and things that you have to do. It's not as natural.
Right.
Everybody's not going to be like Chris and Nicole. And so I don't think they're at the I love you stage like Chris and Nicole. So maybe that would be the next step for them, is to see if they can actually fall in love with each other without all the cameras and all the lights.
So they get to decision. they asked Kirsten, were you surprised when she said she'd like to stay married?
I was, because I thought she was going to say no. You know,
See,
I did. So I was
I'm
quite
not surprised. I'm not surprised
Really?
because she was trending that way the last couple episodes. She was already trending that way, so no surprise.
I mean, I was surprised. I just thought she was going to say whatever, and then now they leave us on the cliffhanger with the Joker. Now we got to see what he's going to say.
Tony says she said yes to save face. I'm not surprised. And then Sanan's fan says, I'm surprised too. So there's some people, like DJ says, can't believe Kirsten said yes. Yeah, see, I just wasn't surprised when she said yes. I was like, okay, cool. And Audrey says, I was hoping Kirsten would say no, but it's okay to say yes. Precious Me says, I was shocked she said yes. She doesn't seem like she's into him at all. I disagree. I think the last couple of weeks, she's really shown that side. And that's why she was getting so irritated with him acting like a little, acting very petty, as some people have called him.
Yeah, I'm surprised that she said yes, because I thought she was just getting more annoyed with all that stuff. But again, producers telling the story that they want us to hear, not the actual real story. But now we got to wait a whole nother damn week to see what Shaq is going to say.
Karen says, what did Shaq say? And what I guess the question really now is, so Karen, that was the cliffhanger. And now the question really is, what do you think Shaq is going to say? Yes or no?
I think he's going to say yes.
You think he's going to say yes?
I
Why?
think he's going to say yes. Because I can't see him doing better by himself. I can't see him doing better by himself. So I could see him saying yes to, let's see, if we can fall in love with each other. And then maybe they'll be divorced by decision day. I mean, by the reunion. Who knows?
Right. I don't see him saying, he's trending towards no. And because they're showing that, I'm almost like he may say yes, but like you said, by the reunion they probably have broken up already because he's still going to be mad about all these other little things. For him to be celebrating as hard as he did when they announced that they had consummated a marriage, there was no love after that at all, right? So it just seems like they're missing a lot, and he's just wanting so much more from her that she can't give. So I don't know. I don't know that he says yes, though. I really don't.
I think he is. And I think when he told everybody that they had sex, that was out of spite because she had already irritated him earlier in that night. So that was his way to be like, yeah, Kirsten and I have had sex.
Yes. Deborah
I
says,
am delivered.
I'm not surprised she has she's done enough to make sure he would say no. The yes makes her look good. So she's thinking that Kirsten did enough to tick Shaq off to make him say no. So she says yes for that curveball so that she looks good and he's the one that says no. But Ruthie says Shaq will say yes to save face.
It's possible, but I think Shaq would say yes because I don't think he can do better than this.
I think we can all agree, and what DJ says, he needs to say hell no to that suit.
that ugly jacket, I'm like, ugh, why? I mean, I think there's one thing about having a style about yourself, but there's just sometimes I'm like, you look like a clown. He needed a wig and a little nose, red nose, little clown outfit.
He needed that wig from the what was that, Gatlinburg?
Look like Homie the Clown going to court. Why would you wear that?
Homie don't play that.
Yeah.
Shaquille don't play that.